part 2. Thank you for checking in for the second part if you've made it this far. Yes, I'm aware my videos ramble on. Yes, I'm aware they're slightly boring. No, I don't care, because this is like my journal. So, check out part 1 if you haven't watched it, otherwise it's not going to make any sense. Okay, so I'm up in student support with the other woman, and I'm in this room, and we just sat down, and I just said, look, last night I had my psychiatrist appointment, and it did not go well. It went alright, but things were said that I can't handle, things were said that I can't deal with, things were said that cannot go through my mind right now because it will set me back. And I just said to her, look, I cut myself to shit last night, and I can't do that again, and I have blades on me, and I need to get rid of them, because I need to get rid of them. If I have them on me, I will use them. So I gave her the blades, and I didn't really think anything of it, and I should have, but that was stupid. But yeah, I am proud of myself for getting rid of them, which is good. I just gave them to her, and then it was break, so I just went to my next lesson, which was English. Yes, so I went to English, and she did say, the lady in student support, she went and talked to my English teacher before I went to English, and just said, if she needs to go to student support, let her go. Don't send her to her head of year, just let her go. Because I was not in a state really to do work, but I didn't want to miss my lessons. So, yeah, so I went to English, and I was fine, really. I was alright. Obviously my head's still spinning, so, yes, I was fine. And then I had PE, and the lady in student support had got me out of PE because of the cuts on my arm. I particularly don't really like doing PE because of that reason, but I've given up trying to hide them. Yeah, so she got me out of PE, so I was up there for PE. What was I saying? Fuck. So she got me out of PE, and I went up there, and I went up, and she just came over to me and was just like, oh no, I went to talk to her, she was like, how was English? And I was like, it's fine. And I told her what we're doing in English, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I've spoken to your head of year. And I was like, right. Because you're not supposed to bring sharp objects into school, she had to say that to my head of year. And she was like, I've told her you're up here for the whole day, or the majority of the day, I can't really remember. And she was like, I've just told her about, obviously, you having blades on you, and not to take it as a serious matter because you did get rid of them and you voluntarily gave them up. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, sweet. So then I stayed up there for PE. And then I went back to my lunchtime, and that was that. And then at the beginning of my last lesson, for the first 5 minutes, I went up to student support just to talk to the woman. Oh, because I must mention that at the end of my science, my PE, so 4th, and I had just been up before lunch, I was leaving, and the other lady that I normally see was, she was like, are you coming back up? And I was like, I don't know, I don't think so, I'm going to try to go to science. And she was like, okay, I need to talk to you then quickly. And she pretty much just said to me, she was like, Miss, the other woman that I told and give my blades to, she was like, she's told me what's happened. Yeah, so she was like, she's told me what's happened, and you probably know that I have to call your mum. I did not know she'd have to call my mum, because I think that's stupid. I'm not being funny, but she's only meant to call your parents if your safety's at risk, and I've given her my blades, so it's obviously not, but whatever, I don't really give a shit. Yeah, I pretty much just said to her, like, okay, that's fine, whatever, I don't care, and then went to my lunch. And then at the beginning of science, I went up really, really quickly, and again, my best friend got really pissed off about it, don't know why. I just went up really quickly, and I did say to my best friend, I will come to science, but yeah, I just went up really fast just to say to either of them, what are you going to say to my mom? Because I thought, well, I don't want her to say things like that I've said to them. I don't want to tell my mum what I've said to them, like when I've talked to them in private. I don't want them to say that. I don't mind them saying I've had blades, but what are they going to say? So I just asked what they were going to say, and she was just like, I'm just going to tell her that you had a difficult session last night and that you voluntarily gave up her blades, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she was like, if you come back at the end of the day, I'll tell you what she said. Like my mum. Oh my god, I did it again. Like my mum. So I thought, okay, that's fine. So I went up in the last 10 minutes of my science lesson. So I went down to science, sat for my science lesson, drew things, didn't do science. And then at the end of my science lesson, 10 minutes before the end, I went up to student support and I just said, okay, what did you say? And she was like, your mum wasn't surprised. She'd seen the cuts on your arm yesterday, but before I'd done it worse. So she kind of seen some of them. She was like, she's not surprised. You've been cutting for this long. She doesn't. She's not really that taken back by it. She was quite surprised though that you handed them in. And I was like, great to know my mum has faith in me. But yeah, yeah. So she was like, she's happy that you handed them in. That was it really. And then she was like, come and see me tomorrow just to say how seeing your mum tonight goes. I haven't seen my mum tonight yet. She's not home. But yeah, that was my day. I'm a little bit pissed off they told my mum. It was a bit of a rally really. I was like, I just want to give her my blades so I don't cut. And it ended up the whole of student support knowing, my head of year and my mum. Okay. So whether or not I'll take that option again, it's a totally different thing. But they did say up in student support, she was like, the person I gave them to, was like, if you ever have them again, you shouldn't have them in school because obviously there's small children, if you drop them, people might play with them or something. Yeah. So she was just like, if you ever have them again, do come and give them up here. But honestly, I don't think I will. I'll probably just bin them because I don't get them back. I can't just say to them, keep them for the day. They don't get them back. So, yeah. And I don't really want to go through all of this again. Okay, so my memory's run out. So like, subscribe, comment. That's the end of that story. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Alright, love you. Bye.